Dear viewers, in this video we will see some basics about the Solidworks software. So what are the basic settings and what are the basic menus you have to know before starting your sketches or 3D modeling in the software. Okay, so this is a software. So click on this one. So you will be having three modules: part module, assembly, and drawing. Okay, we'll start with part modeling. Select part. Okay. So when you enter into the software, the first basic thing you have to do is you have to set the units. Okay, set the units according to your requirement. Okay, so here you can see four different units: MKS, CGS, MMGS, IPS. So based on your requirement, the first is setting the units. Okay, so the most of you will not set this unit. You straight away start your 2D sketch or the 3D modeling. Okay, so don't do that. Initially set this units, and then next thing is some shortcut keys. For some options we will use it very often. Okay, for those things you try to have a shortcut. So one such thing I will tell you. So whenever you start making any 2D sketches, we have to select a plane initially. Okay, so if I give sketch, now you can see automatically the plane orient itself in a way normal to our vision. Okay, so this won't happen after this. Okay, when you do it for the first time, this plane automatically aligns normal to us, whereas after after this you started building subsequent features. Okay, that time we will select either surface or plane. That time it won't come normal to our vision. Okay, so every time what you have to do, you have to go here and you have to select this one. This is a symbol for normal to. Okay, for this we have to select a shortcut key. So because whenever we make any 2D sketches, we always have to have keep our plane or the surface normal to our vision. So to create a shortcut, what you have to do, go here. So here you can see customize, go to keyboard option, and in the search for you type normal to. See here, already I kept D as my shortcut key because I will always use my left hand, so it would be easy for me to have a shortcut on this side of the keyboard. Okay, so whichever is convenient for you, you try to have a shortcut. Okay, either you can use Ctrl+8 or D. So you go for one key shortcut. Okay, this is the second thing you have to do. And then so before starting, you have to select any one of the plane to make your 2D sketch. Based on the kind of design you are making, you have to select any one plane. So I'm going to select first plane. Just right click on the first plane. Here you can see the first option. This is the sketch option. Okay, this you have to select and start making your 2D sketches. So here you can see a lot of entities are available to make the 2D sketches. Okay, line, circle, spline, this is a rectangle, this is an arc, this is ellipse, slot, polygon, this is on the fillet. Okay, trim entities. So there are a lot of things which you can make a 2D sketch out of this. Okay, so now I will explore you some simple features. Okay, there are four features, very basic and more important features. From if you know this, at least you can start developing your model on your own. Okay, so extrude boss, revolve boss, sweep boss, and lofted boss. Okay, these are the four things we are going to see in this video. I will give you an example for each one. Okay, so we'll start with some normal extrude boss. Okay, so have a 2D sketch. This I'm going to have a simple rectangle. So if you want to control the dimension, you can see you can use the smart dimension, and you can control the length and breadth. Okay, so now you see the color of the sketch is changed. So before giving the dimension, it is, now you see it is in blue color. Okay, once I defined all the dimensions, it changed to black. That means if you define the sketch completely, completely it turns to black. Okay, so black represents it is a completely defined sketch. Okay, so now go to the feature, extrude boss, and you extrude this in the third direction. Because here you can see on the left hand side, you can see direction 1 and direction 2. So here you can give the extrude length 50, So if you want to extrude on the other side, so you can click on the direction to see extruding on both the sides. So I'm going to switch off direction and to click on. So this is for simple extrude boss. Okay, select a plane, have a 2D sketch and extrude. Okay, so when we will use this revolve boss. Okay, so I will delete this one. Edit sketch. So if you want to edit the sketch, okay, after making the feature, after developing a 3D model, if you want to edit the sketch, you can again go back and you can edit it. Okay, just right click on the sketch and click here, edit sketch. Okay, so for cylindrical kind of objects, so if you are making a 3D model of a cylindrical objects, okay, then you can go for that revolve boss. So here I will show an example uh, of making a piston with rough dimensions. Okay, not going to do it exactly, just with rough dimension. Just make a cross section of that piston. Okay, the 2D sketch I'm going to draw is the cross section of the piston. Just I'm going to draw it roughly, so it will be having three grooves or three rings, two oil rings, one combustion ring or a compression ring. Okay, now you go to the feature, let's select revolve boss. Now it is asking the axis of revolution. Okay, now select this line, click OK. See, now you got a piston. Now we'll see the sweep boss. For revolve boss and extrude boss, one sketch is enough. Okay, whereas in case of sweep boss, you need two sketches. Okay, then only you can able to activate this function. This menu will be inactive only if you have two sketches, that two are in perpendicular direction. Okay, so we have to have our two sketch. One is profile, another one is path. Okay, both the sketch should not be in the same plane, it should be in different plane. Okay, the plane should be perpendicular to each other. This is the condition here. So I will go have some pipe sections. Okay, so right click on this front line. I'm going to have a small circle here. So this is going to my profile. Okay, so I'm going to have it for 2 mm. Click OK. Now come out of the sketch. Okay, this is option. You can exit the sketch. And I'm going to have another sketch on the another plane, not on this front plane. I'm going to take a top plane. So I'm going to give a path for this profile to follow. Okay. Just I'm again doing it randomly. Okay, so I have a path like this. So I'll control this dimensions. Okay, so there are sharp corners, so I'm going to make it round corners. So you can use fillet, and you can radius is too high, so you can convert it into 3. Okay, click OK. Now again you come out of the sketch. Okay, now we have two sketch. Okay, one is profile, another one is path. Okay, now you go to sweep boss. Okay, here it has two inputs. First one is profile. Okay, so select this tree and select sketch 3, or else you can select it from the window itself, sketch window. This is profile and the second one is path. You can select this. Okay, so this is how this sweep boss works. The next we'll move on to this lofted boss. So if you have an object with different cross sections, okay, along the object, okay, along the axis of the object, the cross section might differ. Okay, also if it is having same cross section, the dimension sometime it differs. You can take an example of any cool drink bottle. Okay, so where you have a bigger circle at the top, as it goes down, the diameter decreases, again it increases. Sometime it will have a circular cross section at one point, after that it will be having a square or rectangular cross section. So if you want to model such kind of objects, then you can go for lofted bars. So here I will show an example of a hammerhead. Okay, I'm closing this one. Again, I'm opening a new one part. Okay, so for this you have to create parallel planes. Okay, so in order to have that different cross sections or different dimensions, okay, so we need parallel planes. So here all three planes are mutually perpendicular to each. So in order to get the parallel planes, we have to create planes. Okay, taking this any one plane as reference plane. So here I am taking front plane as my reference plane, and go to here. You can see the under features, you can see a reference option. So select the plane. So here you can see the plane is creating. Okay, so if you want as many plane as you want, you can create it. So here you can see you can increase the numbers. So just increasing the numbers, the parallel planes keep on forming, right? So here I'm going to take two at a distance. So here the distance also you can control 25. Okay. Two planes at equal distance. Okay, at the same interval. Okay, click OK. Okay, now the front plane is not visible, right? Okay, right click on this plane, you can see eye, right? If you just click on this, now the front plane is. So I'm going to create one more plane parallel to this one at at a distance of 40. Okay. So else 50. Okay. So now I'm going to make sketches, 2D sketches on all the planes. Okay, first starting from front plane, sketch. So here I'm going to take a square. Okay, so I'm going to make a square on this 60 mm 60. So now come out of this sketch. Okay, exit sketch. Now select the next plane, plane 1, sketch. Now get a circle uh, for a diameter of 50. Again exit sketch, and next select plane 2, sketch. Okay, now I'm going to have a bigger diameter circle. I'm going to give 85. Click OK. Again I'm going to come out of this sketch. Now select plane 3, again sketch. Again I'm going to have a circle for same diameter which I have drawn it on plane 2. Okay. So if you want to transfer or transmit same kind of cross section with same dimensions, then you can use this convert entity. Okay, see I'm selecting the sketch on the plane 2. I'm just giving convert entity. You can see a circle with same diameters formed on plane 3 also. Okay, so again come out of the sketch. Now go for lofted bars. Okay, start connecting things in the order. Select the first sketch followed by the second one. Okay, so now I got the one half of the hammer. Okay, so I'll get the other this side also. So I'm going to take one more reference plane, select this plane, sketch. So I want the parallel plane to be on this side. So here you can see flip offset. So I'm going to get it at a distance of around 150. Okay, click OK. So I'm going to have a sketch here, a small rectangle, breadthwise a small rectangle. Just I'm going with some random dimensions. Okay. Okay, now I have one sketch. I need another sketch to connect that to. Okay, here there is no sketch. The sketch which we drawn here, okay, already used for this one. Okay, so again I need one more sketch here. So again selecting the front plane, sketch. Now what I'm doing, I'm selecting this face and giving convert entity. You can see automatically all the edges are converted into a line entities. Okay, so now again coming out of the sketch, again go for lofted boss. Okay, select this corner to this one. Okay, click OK. So if you want to give some little bit of bend, okay, if you have seen a hammer, okay, there is a bend would be there here. So now I'm going to switch off all the planes. Okay, hide, right click, hide. Okay. Now go to insert features. In the feature you can see this flex option. Okay, so it is asking you to select the solid, so I'm going to select this one. So now you are getting two planes. Okay, here we can perform three operation: bending, twisting, tapering and stretching. So what you do, you take this red plane and put it at this. So here it is showing a coordinate showing 3 axes, right? You have to put this plane onto that one and you started giving the bending degree. So that means we are fixing one side, bending is happening on the other side. Okay, well, how much you want you can bend it. Okay, so these are the 4 basic options you should know. Okay, so before starting any 3D modeling in the SolidWorks, this is for adding material. Okay, this will create a solid. Okay, so if you want to remove some part or some subtraction, you have to do it in the solid. Then the similar options are available in the cut also. You can see extrude cut, revolve cut, sweep cut, lofted cut. Okay, so for using this option we need some solids. Okay, then only we can remove the material. So you try with this after creating a solid, you try these options. Okay, thank you for watching. We'll come with some other useful information regarding the SolidWorks in another video. Thank you.